The council chamber fell silent as Mara stepped forward, her boots echoing against the crystalline floor. Around her, the assembled representatives of the Galactic Assembly shifted uncomfortably in their bio seats, their various forms of discomfort manifesting in chittering mandibles, flickering chromatophores, and nervous tail twitches. Ambassador Thelcrone of the Khazari Collective rose from his seat, his silvered fur bristling with indignation. His species had ruled this sector for 3 centuries, their claws sharp and their judgment sharper still. "Human Mara," he began, his voice carrying the artificial translation that made his growls comprehensible. "You dare bring them before this council? Those abominations?" Mara's jaw tightened, but her voice remained steady. "I bring survivors, Ambassador. Survivors that your people condemned to death." Behind her, a group of young Khazari stood in formation. But they were different from their ambassador. Where Thelcrone's fur was pristine silver, theirs bore scars and patches of synthetic fiber. Where his claws were natural bone, theirs gleamed with reinforced alloy. Cybernetic implants traced elegant lines across their bodies, pulsing with soft bioluminescence. At the front stood Vesh, the eldest of them. His right eye had been replaced with an optical scanner that glowed with amber light. His left arm, lost to the brutal winter of Khazari 5, was now a masterwork of human engineering, stronger, more precise, and capable of calculations that would make a standard datapad envious. "The culling of the weak is our way," Thelcrone said, turning to address the full council. "It has been our practice for millennia. Those cubs were born defective, damaged, or too small to survive. Nature itself, nature," Mara interrupted, her voice cutting through the chamber like a blade. "You call abandoning newborns in the frozen wastes nature? You call leaving sick children to die alone tradition?" A ripple of discomfort moved through the assembly. The human tendency toward emotional argument was well known and generally considered primitive. Facts and logic governed the Galactic Assembly, not sentiment. Mara seemed to sense this. She straightened, pulling a data slate from her jacket. "Let me give you facts, then. 18 months ago, my survey team discovered 43 Khazari cubs on the 4th moon of Khazari 5. They'd been left there during your species' traditional proving season. Temperatures, -60 degrees Celsius. Available shelter, none. Projected survival rate by your own cultural models, 0%. She tapped the slate, projecting holographic images above the council floor. Tiny, malnourished cubs huddled together, their fur matted with ice, their eyes barely open. "We took them," Mara continued. "We brought them to our medical stations. We fed them, warmed them, treated their injuries and illnesses. And when they were strong enough, we asked them what they wanted." Thelcrone's laugh was bitter. "You asked cubs? Children cannot understand the greater purpose of, they wanted to live." Vesh spoke for the first time, his voice amplified by a translator implant in his throat. The entire council turned to stare at him. "We wanted to live, Ambassador. We wanted to survive, to grow, to become something more than corpses frozen in the ice." "You are no longer Khazari," Thelcrone spat. "You are hybrids, polluted by human technology and human weakness." Vesh took a step forward, and his cybernetic arm whirred softly. "We are more Khazari than you will ever be, Ambassador, because we fought for our lives. We earned our survival not through the privilege of birth, but through pain and perseverance." Another cub stepped forward, a female named Shira whose legs had been crushed in the abandonment. Now she walked on prosthetics that could outpace any natural Khazari runner. "You speak of strength, but you fear adaptation. You speak of purity, but you fear evolution." The council chamber erupted in debate. Some species applauded, others protested. The Khazari delegation sat in stony silence. Mara raised her hand, and gradually, the chamber quieted. "The Galactic Assembly has 3 founding principles," she said, her voice carrying to every corner of the vast room. "The right to life, the right to self-determination, the right to seek aid from other species in times of need." She gestured to Vesh and the others. "These cubs exercised all 3 rights. Your people violated all 3. And now you stand here, demanding that we return them to you so that you can complete what you started, their execution." Thelcrone rose to his full height, towering over most of the assembly. "The Khazari Collective will not be dictated to by humans who have barely left their own star system. These are internal matters of genocide, Mara said flatly. The word you're looking for is genocide. Systematic elimination of those you deem unworthy. And it stops now. The head of the council, an ancient being of pure energy named Luminous Thought Ascending, pulsed with consideration. When it spoke, its words manifested directly in every mind present. The human raises valid concerns. However, we cannot simply invalidate millennia of Khazari culture without, then ask them. Mara interrupted again, pointing to Vesh and his companions. They're standing right here. Ask them what they choose. Luminous Thought Ascending's form flickered with what might have been surprise. In all its centuries of mediation, few had suggested the radical notion of asking those directly affected. Very well, the council had agreed. Vesh, eldest of the recovered cubs, you have heard your ambassador's position. You are no longer considered Khazari by your birth people. You are seen as contaminated, altered, impure. What is your response? Vesh's cybernetic I word as it focused. When he spoke, his voice was steady and clear. I am Khazari. I carry the genetics of my people, the memories of our songs, the dreams of our ancestors. But I am also more. I am proof that we can grow beyond the cruelty of our past. I am living evidence that strength comes not from abandoning the weak, but from lifting them up. He turned to face Thelcrone directly. You left us to die because you feared we would weaken the species. But humans saved us and made us stronger. Stronger than you, Ambassador. Because we know the value of survival. We understand the price of compassion. And we will never, ever abandon our own the way you abandoned us. The other cubs stepped forward, forming a line beside Vesh. Their cybernetic enhancements gleamed under the council chamber lights. Each modification a testament to human ingenuity and Khazari resilience combined. We are the future of our species, Vesh concluded, whether the collective accepts us or not. The vote, when it came hours later, was decisive. The Khazari collective was given a choice. In the practice of culling or face sanctions and potential expulsion from the Galactic Assembly. Thelcrone and his delegation departed in fury, but they departed in compliance. As the chamber cleared, Mara approached Vesh. You did well, she said softly. Vesh's cybernetic eye dimmed to a warm glow. We simply told the truth. Humans taught us that truth, spoken with courage, can change worlds. Mara smiled. You changed your own world, Vesh. We just gave you the tools. No, Vesh replied, placing his natural hand on her shoulder while his cybernetic hand gestured to his companions. You gave us something far more valuable than tools. You gave us a chance, and we will never forget that. Outside the council chamber, the stars of 1,000 worlds glittered in the darkness. Among them, humanity's light burned bright, not because they were the strongest or the oldest or the wisest, but because when they heard the cries of the abandoned, they answered, and in answering, they changed the galaxy forever.